Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, has remained one of the most polarizing figures in recent years. Since stepping into the global spotlight, she has faced intense scrutiny, with opinions sharply divided on her choices and actions. But what is it about Meghan that stirs such strong feelings? Join us as we delve into the people behind the widespread criticism that is faced by Meghan. Katie Hopkins, a fierce British critic. Katie Hopkins is well known for her controversial opinions. She has used her platforms to share her strong disapproval of Meghan and Harry's choices, especially their decision to step down from royal duties and move to the United States. Hopkins has disparagingly referred to Meghan as Instagram addicted and dismissed her as an American Kate Middleton, implying she lacks the elegance and sincerity associated with the Duchess of Cambridge. She also criticized Meghan's requests for privacy, accusing her of simultaneously courting the public spotlight. When Meghan and Harry expressed a desire for privacy, Hopkins scathingly commented that Meghan, given her background in public relations, should have understood the implications of a public life before marrying into royalty. Hopkins' criticisms of Meghan often came with a heavy dose of sarcasm and pointed remarks, resonating with her fans while attracting strong backlash from Meghan's supporters. Her critiques sparked fierce debates on social media, with some applauding her candidness and others accusing her of holding biased and insensitive views. Despite the backlash, Hopkins remained unapologetic, arguing that Meghan, as a public figure, should be held accountable and scrutinized for her actions. Megyn Kelly, a political commentator's sharp critique. Political commentator and talk show host Megyn Kelly has been vocal about her opinions on Meghan Markle, especially after the highly publicized interview Meghan and Harry had with Oprah Winfrey. Kelly's criticisms have been blunt and straightforward, generating significant discussion. Right after the interview aired, Kelly expressed her skepticism via Twitter, sharing her disbelief over Meghan and Harry's narrative of hardship. She tweeted, "Have you ever seen such privileged people wallowing in their own victimhood like this? Give me a break." This tweet alone sparked a wave of responses, both in agreement and in opposition. Kelly didn't stop there. During an appearance on Good Morning Britain, she expanded on her perspective, suggesting that Meghan seemed oblivious to how her words would resonate with the public. Kelly pointed out that many of Meghan's grievances, like feeling restricted by royal duties or a lack of support, seemed disconnected from the realities most people face in their lives. Further, Kelly criticized Meghan for presenting herself as a victim despite the privileged life and influential platform she has. She also discussed the matter on her own show, where she dissected the interview in more detail, arguing that Meghan's complaints were out of touch with what 99% of people experience. By highlighting this disconnect, Kelly underscored what she saw as a significant gap between Meghan's life and that of everyday people. Kelly's sharp critiques have added another layer of intensity to the ongoing public debate surrounding the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Daniel Radcliffe, a broader critique of the monarchy. Daniel Radcliffe, best known as the star of Harry Potter, who has not only captured hearts with his acting, but has also become known for his candid opinions on the British royal family, including Meghan Markle. While Radcliffe's views aren't as directly focused on Meghan as some of the other names on this list, his perspective still offers valuable insight. Radcliffe's critique isn't limited to Meghan alone. He holds a broader disdain for the royal family as an institution. His critical stance on the monarchy has been clear for years, and Meghan's joining the royal family has only added fuel to his criticisms. To Radcliffe, Meghan represents some of the underlying issues he sees within the institution. Radcliffe's criticisms go beyond individual members of the royal family to address the very structure and foundation of the monarchy itself. He has often spoken about how the institution, in his view, perpetuates outdated ideals and values that no longer align with modern society. For Daniel, Meghan's entry into this world of tradition highlighted the tension between personal freedom and the weight of royal expectations, a conflict that Radcliffe believes exposes cracks within the system. In various interviews, Radcliffe has pointed out that Meghan's experience isn't unique within the royal framework. He sees her as one of many who have had to navigate an institution that, in his opinion, doesn't prioritize individual well-being. He has argued that this isn't only a personal or isolated issue, but part of a broader pattern of challenges faced by anyone who enters the royal family. To Radcliffe, Meghan's struggles with the British press and royal expectations underscore the restrictive nature of royal life, a structure he feels needs to evolve or risk becoming irrelevant. Daniel's empathy for Meghan appears to come from his awareness of the intense pressure and scrutiny she endures, something he attributes to the monarchy's traditional and rigid structure. In interviews, Radcliffe has discussed how Meghan's treatment in the media highlights deeper societal issues and reflects the problematic aspects of the royal institution itself. He recognizes the harsh and frequently unjust spotlight placed on Meghan and suggests that the monarchy's deeply entrenched values only amplify the negative narrative surrounding her. Furthermore, Radcliffe has questioned the monarchy's role in upholding certain societal hierarchies, which he feels place members of the public in positions of subjects rather than equal. Chrissy Swan questioning Meghan's authenticity. Australian media figure Chrissy Swan has also been openly critical of Meghan Markle, dating back to Meghan's engagement to Prince Harry. Swan has described Meghan as someone who appears to be performing for the public, implying that Meghan's public image may not truly reflect who she is. From the beginning, Chrissy voiced doubts about Meghan's sincerity, frequently using social media and public platforms to question the authenticity of Meghan's actions and statements, describing her as a figure who seemed more like an actress than a genuinely transparent individual. Chrissy felt that Meghan's behavior appeared overly calculated, giving off an impression of carefully crafted humility rather than genuine modesty. This perception led Chrissy to view Meghan's actions critically, particularly as Meghan settled into her role within the royal family. Swan's remarks have led to divided public opinion. Some people share Chrissy's critical view, while others feel that her comments are unfair or overly harsh toward Meghan. Adding to her critique, Chrissy has argued that Meghan's portrayal as a relatable outsider trying to adjust to royal life seems more like a strategic choice than a genuine struggle. Chrissy has suggested that Meghan's approach, often highlighting personal challenges and conflicts within the royal structure, feels tailored to gain public empathy, a sentiment that many of her followers echo. In Chrissy's view, Meghan's background as an actress has equipped her with the skills to craft a public persona that resonates with people, but she questions whether that persona reflects Meghan's true character. Furthermore, Chrissy has observed that Meghan's interactions within the royal family seem to be marked by an ongoing sense of otherness, something that Meghan herself often mentioned. However, Swan believes that Meghan's repeated emphasis on being an outsider could be an attempt to position herself as a misunderstood figure in the royal narrative, a tactic that Swan feels can be both manipulative and polarizing. To Chrissy, Meghan's handling of her relationships and public image indicates a highly aware and deliberate strategy, which she finds hard to reconcile with Meghan's portrayal as a vulnerable individual simply navigating an unwelcoming institution. In one of her public statements, Chrissy also noted that Meghan's continued presence in the media, even after stepping back from royal duties, seems at odds with her stated desire for privacy. This, according to Swan, feeds into a pattern of what she views as conflicting messages from Meghan. By engaging with the media and maintaining a visible public profile, Meghan, in Chrissy's eyes, reinforces the impression that she's managing her own narrative with careful calculation. This apparent contradiction, Swan argues, is what makes it difficult for many to fully accept Meghan's portrayal of herself as someone seeking peace and a quiet life. Chrissy's opinions, though divisive, have sparked conversations among her followers and critics alike. Some resonate with her skepticism, questioning whether Meghan's public image is as genuine as it appears, while others feel that Chrissy's criticisms lack empathy and overlook the challenges Meghan may have genuinely faced in her royal journey. Lord Alan Sugar, the business magnate's skepticism. Now let's discuss Lord Alan Sugar, a prominent British business mogul and television personality who has not been reserved in expressing his doubts about Meghan Markle's statements. Lord Sugar raised many eyebrows with his reaction to Meghan's claims regarding her mental health struggles, which she discussed in a widely publicized interview with GB News. He openly questioned the validity of her statements, suggesting that if Meghan had indeed been struggling, the resources within Buckingham Palace would have easily been able to provide her with private and professional support. Lord Sugar emphasized the discretion typically upheld within the royal family when addressing such personal issues, casting doubt on the narrative Meghan presented. Sugar's skepticism extends beyond just Meghan's personal experiences. He has openly discussed his concerns about the impact of her public statements on the royal institution as a whole. According to Sugar, the monarchy has long relied on a code of silence regarding personal matters to preserve its dignity and reputation. In his view, Meghan's approach of revealing her private challenges to the public is in direct contrast with this tradition, a move he sees as a calculated risk that could erode the public's perception of the royal family's stability and unity. In his view, Meghan's revelations seem to him like a strategy to garner public sympathy by sharing personal challenges, a move that he argued could harm the royal family's public image. His comments sparked considerable debate, with some agreeing with his skeptical stance, while others criticized him for questioning Meghan's authenticity and sincerity in such a delicate matter. Lord Sugar has also hinted that Meghan's openness about her mental health struggles may inadvertently downplay the support systems available within the royal family, suggesting that such discussions could mislead lead the public into believing the palace lacks resources or compassion. He posits that such portrayals could unfairly paint the monarchy as unfeeling or unaccommodating, a sentiment that Sugar feels is at odds with the reality he perceives. In his view, the royal family's well-established networks of support should have been more than sufficient to address Meghan's concerns privately, without the need for public disclosure. Additionally, Sugar's broader criticism touches on the potential consequences of these revelations for the younger members of the royal family, who may face increased scrutiny in the wake of Meghan's public statements. He believes that Meghan's choice to bring private struggles to the media could encourage a precedent of personal revelations, which, in Sugar's opinion, could lead to more internal family matters being brought into the public eye. He has suggested that if such trends continue, the monarchy might struggle to maintain the privacy and mystique it has long upheld as a fundamental part of its public appeal. Lord Sugar's remarks continue to fuel conversations around Meghan and the royal family, particularly as the institution grapples with a public increasingly interested in transparency. While some view his stance as harsh and outdated, others appreciate his defense of royal tradition and the image of resilience that he believes the monarchy should maintain. Samantha Grant, the estranged half-sister. Next is Samantha Grant, Meghan Markle's estranged half-sister, who has been an outspoken critic since Meghan's engagement to Prince Harry became public. Although they share a father, Samantha and Meghan were raised in different households, largely due to their significant age difference. Samantha is nearly 17 years older than Meghan, and their contact over the years has been minimal. Samantha has frequently spoken about their family dynamics, often presenting herself as being closer to their father, Thomas Markle Sr., than Meghan is. Samantha has accused Meghan of using her royal ties to elevate her own status and career. She perceives Meghan's claims of struggling within the royal family as a calculated attempt to gain public sympathy and attention. Through her tell-all book and numerous interviews, Samantha's animosity toward Meghan is evident, as she portrays her half-sister as manipulative and self-centered. Samantha has claimed that Meghan has a long-standing pattern of orchestrating situations to her advantage, even if it means straining family relationships. Her criticism of Meghan goes beyond Meghan's public image, touching on personal grievances and perceived betrayals. Despite the backlash Samantha has received for her openness, she has remained firm in her opinions. She asserts that her perspective provides a more genuine insight into Meghan's character, contrasting with the polished image Meghan presents as a royal figure. Candace Owens' skepticism about victimhood. Candace Owens, a well-known conservative commentator and political activist, has not shied away from criticizing Meghan Markle's behavior and choices. Through her platform, Owens has voiced strong doubts about Meghan and Harry's decisions, especially their decision to step back from royal duties and the way they publicly described their treatment by the media and the royal family. Owens has accused Meghan of adopting a victim narrative, using allegations of racism to rationalize the couple's choices. She argued that Meghan's life of privilege, as both a former actress and a member of the royal family, clashes with the image of oppression she seems to be promoting. Owens further criticized Meghan for desiring privacy, yet simultaneously seeking media attention through high-profile interviews and appearances. To Owens, Meghan's actions appeared contradictory and self-centered. She regularly highlighted this perceived hypocrisy on social media and in interviews, sparking a mix of support and criticism from followers and opponents alike. Owens's commentary tapped into wider conversations about race, privilege, and the nature of celebrity in today's society. Bethenny Frankel, Cry Me a River. Bethenny Frankel, the outspoken star of The Real Housewives of New York, has not been shy about her opinions on Meghan Markle. Known for her sharp remarks and unfiltered commentary, Frankel weighed in on Meghan's high-profile interview with Oprah Winfrey, and her response was as candid as ever. Before Meghan's interview with Oprah aired, Bethenny tweeted her thoughts, dismissing Meghan's claims of hardship with a blunt, "Cry me a river." Frankel's comment was in response to the growing narrative painting Meghan as a victim, an idea that Bethenny seemed to reject. Instead, she suggested that Meghan was an opportunist, someone who had strategically climbed the social ladder, going from a relatively unknown actress to a royal with a life of privilege, all in a remarkably short time. Frankel's criticisms didn't stop at Twitter. She also voiced her skepticism over Meghan's claim to seek privacy, questioning whether Meghan's actions were truly about evading the spotlight or more about sustaining her celebrity status. Bethenny pointed out that, if privacy were her true goal, Meghan would focus on staying out of the public eye rather than engaging in high-profile interviews. She even drew comparisons to Princess Diana, suggesting that Meghan's approach contrasted starkly with the late princess, who, despite media scrutiny, maintained an air of dignity and restraint. Frankel's bold remarks stirred up considerable debate, with some accusing her of being overly critical or envious, while others agreed with her perspective on Meghan's rise to fame. As Meghan and Harry continue to generate headlines and controversy, some now view Markle's comments as prophetic. Her willingness to voice an unpopular opinion has gained her both supporters and detractors, with some lauding her for speaking out and others feeling she crossed a line. What do you think? Does Bethany Frankel have a point, or is Meghan's situation more complex than it appears? Donald Trump. A presidential critique. Just when you think we've covered everyone, former U.S. President Donald Trump steps in with a critique that takes the tension with Meghan to another level. Trump has never been one to hold back his opinions, and he has made it very clear that he is not fond of Meghan Markle. Trump has openly labeled Meghan as disrespectful to Queen Elizabeth II and has bluntly stated that he is not a fan. His criticism started long ago as Trump questioned Meghan's influence over Prince Harry, even suggesting that Harry was terribly used and would one day regret his decisions. During the 2016 presidential campaign, Meghan publicly criticized Trump, calling his approach misogynistic and his politics divisive. She even went as far as saying she would move to Canada if he won the presidency. Trump's response was as pointed as ever, remarking, "I didn't know that she was nasty." Though Trump later tempered his comments, saying, "I am sure she will do excellently as a royal," he has continued to criticize Meghan's political involvement, particularly her advocacy for U.S. policies like paid family leave. Trump viewed her actions as crossing a line for someone with royal status, arguing that Meghan's influence was inappropriately affecting Harry's ties with his family and even Queen Elizabeth herself. His ongoing criticisms of Meghan's involvement in U.S. politics have only added to the intrigue and complexity surrounding Meghan and Harry's relationship with the British royal family. For Trump, Meghan's actions go beyond personal ambition. He sees her as a disruptive force in the royal structure, one who has strained the bond between Harry and his family. Corey Vitello, the chef ex-boyfriend. Next on our list is Corey Vitello, the Canadian celebrity chef who dated Meghan Markle before she rose to global fame as a royal figure. Meghan and Corey's relationship began in 2014 and quickly became the talk of Toronto, where Meghan was living while filming Suits. Their romance was widely recognized, and Meghan often spoke highly of Corey's culinary talent. On her now-archived lifestyle blog The Tig, Meghan even referred to him as her favorite chef, showcasing her admiration for his skills in the kitchen. Corey, who had just ended a previous relationship, soon embarked on a serious relationship with Meghan. The couple even rented a cozy 3-bedroom home together in Toronto's upscale Annex district, signaling that things between them were getting quite serious. They frequently attended events together, presenting themselves as a close and affectionate couple. However, as Meghan's career began to accelerate, her relationship with Corey started to show signs of strain. By the summer of 2016, their connection had grown tenuous. Around that time, Meghan took a life-changing trip to London. According to Tom Bower's biography, Meghan was still living with Corey when she was introduced to Prince Harry in London. Yes, Meghan's initial date with Prince Harry happened while she and Corey were technically still together, and their relationship hadn't officially ended. When Meghan returned to Toronto, her priorities had shifted, and it was evident that her relationship with Corey was over. The abrupt ending left Corey stunned, as he reportedly hadn't anticipated that Meghan would move on so quickly. Friends close to him have shared that he felt hurt by the suddenness of the breakup, particularly given how fast Meghan redirected her attention to her budding royal romance. Despite the unexpected breakup, Corey has chosen to keep the details of their relationship private. He has refrained from speaking publicly about his time with Meghan or the way things ended. Instead, Corey focused on his career, channeling his energy into running successful restaurants in Toronto. While Meghan moved on to her royal life, Corey continued doing what he loved, cooking, and maintained a low profile, which has earned him respect for handling the situation with grace and dignity. Meghan's decision to move on so quickly, however, did not go unnoticed by the public and has led to criticism of her perceived ruthlessness. Although Corey has stayed silent on the matter, some wonder if he still feels the impact of that sudden breakup. Could he be quietly holding on to the pain? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Erin Foster, a comedic take on Meghan's rise. Comedian and writer Erin Foster has also made her opinions on Meghan Markle well known, using her characteristic wit and sharp tongue to criticize Meghan's rise to fame. Foster's humor often takes aim at celebrities, and Meghan was no exception to her brand of cutting commentary. In November 2017, Foster posted a throwback photo on Instagram showing Meghan from her stint as a briefcase model on the game show Deal or No Deal. The post, captioned "Never Forget," seemed to mock Meghan's early career and hint at the notion that she was always hungry for fame. Shortly afterward, Foster followed up with another post featuring another shot of Meghan holding a briefcase from the same show, this time captioned, "This briefcase is filled with my plans to become famous." Through her posts, Foster made her view clear. She saw Meghan as a strategic, fame-driven social climber, willing to use her career opportunities to advance her public image. The post suggested that Foster believed Meghan's ascent was more calculated than organic. Beyond these posts, Foster has repeatedly suggested that Meghan's life choices, from her relationship with Prince Harry to her public image, are part of an orchestrated strategy to gain fame. Although Foster's jabs at Meghan initially sparked backlash, with some people accusing her of being too harsh or perhaps envious, others began to view her remarks in a different light as Meghan and Harry continued to attract controversy. Some now consider Foster's early comments as almost prophetic, as more and more criticism has arisen around the Sussexes' actions and statements. Foster's willingness to speak candidly, even if it defied popular opinion, has garnered her both praise and criticism. Kate Middleton, a royal rivalry. While sibling rivalry within families is common, the rift between Kate Middleton and Meghan Markle appears to go beyond typical familial tension, sparking strain not only between them but also affecting the bond between their husbands, Princes William and Harry. Reports have frequently surfaced about a lingering tension between the Duchess of Cambridge and the Duchess of Sussex, so intense that the late Queen Elizabeth II reportedly intervened, instructing Kate and Meghan to sit down together and resolve their differences. There were efforts made to bridge the divide. Queen Elizabeth allegedly encouraged Meghan to accept assistance, but Meghan is said to have rejected the offer outright. Kate, on the other hand, reportedly felt that Meghan was using her connections as a means to elevate her own status within the royal family, and this led her to keep Meghan at a distance. Tensions reportedly reached a peak when Meghan allegedly made Kate cry during a bridesmaid dress fitting, a claim Meghan later denied in her interview with Oprah, asserting that it was she who had been brought to tears. Despite this incident, Kate later sent Meghan flowers in a gesture of peace, though she remained hesitant to form a close bond with her sister-in-law. Observations over time seem to suggest that Kate has maintained her reservations about Meghan, feeling there was something about her that she couldn't quite trust. A private and reserved person, Kate has reportedly been cautious around Meghan, not entirely comfortable with the idea of a close relationship. As the friction between them intensified, the royal family, including Kate, reportedly distanced themselves from Meghan and Harry, especially as Meghan and Harry's public statements were seen as attempts to cast a negative light on the monarchy. The fallout led many to wonder if Meghan's actions were driven by envy, with some speculating that she was resentful of Kate's long-standing popularity and prominence within the royal family. Her ex-husband, a strained relationship. The biography Meghan, a Hollywood Princess by Andrew Morton has stirred up intense debate with claims about Meghan Markle's approach to ending her first marriage, painting a stark picture of her behavior during that time. According to Morton, Meghan displayed a level of detachment when it came to ending her marriage to Trevor Engelson, a Hollywood producer. A friend of the couple described Trevor's experience as akin to being treated like something stuck to the bottom of her shoe. In 2013, after only 2 years of marriage, Meghan abruptly sent back her engagement and wedding rings to Trevor. At the time, she was in Toronto filming Suits, and her decision reportedly took him by complete surprise, leaving him blindsided by the suddenness of it all. The move seemed to be without warning, catching Engelson entirely off guard. Morton's sources suggest that despite the passage of time, Trevor still harbors resentment about the way things ended. Those close to him have mentioned that he still struggles to contain his lingering bitterness even years after their split. While Trevor has mostly remained tight-lipped about the situation, he is now involved in a new television project for Fox, a comedy series with an intriguing premise that many feel mirrors his own life experiences. The show is reportedly about the trials of co-parenting with the British royal family, a concept that has raised eyebrows given Engelson's history with Meghan. Although he has avoided directly addressing his past with Meghan, this project has been perceived as a subtle commentary on the challenges he faced. Trevor, a successful producer, met Meghan in 2004, sparking a romance that lasted 6 years before their engagement in 2010. Some speculate that the abrupt and seemingly cold manner in which Meghan ended the relationship may have inflicted a lasting wound on him, possibly fueling some of the negativity she faces today. Morton's depiction of Meghan as calculated and ruthless in ending her marriage has fed into the criticisms that paint her in a negative light. Whether or not these accounts are wholly accurate, they contribute to the complex and often harsh public narrative surrounding Meghan Markle. Wendy Williams, the public feud. Next we have Wendy Williams, a former talk show host who has engaged in her own very public feud with the Duchess of Sussex. Wendy's criticism began early on, and she has not held back in her candid remarks about Meghan's intentions and character. Back in December 2017, Wendy revealed that Meghan once auditioned for a role on her show, describing her as a wildcard personality with an insatiable desire for fame. Williams recalled Meghan's past as a briefcase girl on Deal or No Deal, noting she opened suitcases for Howie Mandel, hinting at what she viewed as Meghan's thirst for fame. Wendy's skepticism about Meghan's intentions was only exacerbated when Meghan entered the royal family. In a now infamous interview clip, Meghan recounted how her friends cautioned her about dating Harry, warning her that the British tabloids could make life unbearable. Wendy dismissed Meghan's account, arguing that Meghan fully understood what she was getting into. After playing the clip, Wendy responded in a video published by the Daily Mail, "Meghan, nobody feels sorry for you. You knew what you were signing up for, girl. Yes, you did. Don't try to act like you didn't." Wendy accused Meghan of being disingenuous, implying that she had meticulously orchestrated her rise to royal status. Williams's critical stance has roots that go back to the early days of Meghan's relationship with Prince Harry. In November 2016, when Meghan and Harry's romance first made headlines, Wendy predicted that the relationship was doomed, saying, "There's too much drama surrounding her. This will never work out." While she initially blamed the potential downfall on Harry's family, her comments have only grown more pointed over time. Wendy seems convinced that Meghan's royal connection is a calculated maneuver rather than a genuine love story. Despite Meghan and Harry's marriage enduring numerous challenges, Wendy's early predictions and ongoing disdain reflect a belief that Meghan's relationship with the royal family is built on a desire for fame rather than true connection. Could it be that Wendy's remarks were rooted in a fair critique of Meghan's motives, or is it merely another example of public bias against the Duchess of Sussex? Piers Morgan, the obsessed critic. Finally, we have Piers Morgan, a critic who has not just vocalized his disapproval but has developed an almost relentless campaign against Meghan Markle. Piers has accused Meghan of being a self-centered, manipulative, driven by selfish motives and a desire for the spotlight. Their tumultuous relationship began in 2016 when Meghan reached out to Piers via Twitter, leading to a friendly encounter over drinks in London. But this budding friendship was short-lived. After Meghan met Prince Harry, she allegedly stopped responding to Piers, leaving him feeling snubbed and spurring his publicly escalated. In 2021, Piers famously stormed off the set of Good Morning Britain during a heated debate sparked by his remarks on Meghan and Prince Harry's explosive interview with Oprah Winfrey. His comments triggered a wave of backlash, ultimately leading to an Ofcom investigation. Unfazed, Piers continued to criticize Meghan, accusing her of lying about her struggles, both